If you could save one of your exes from a fire, which one would it be? Hey Sela Bellas, and welcome back to my channel. Today's comment shout out goes to Naidoo. She said, well done. Wishing you all the best on these product releases. I called this apron thing. Shout out to you. If you would like a shout out in my next video, make sure to leave a comment on this one. So for those of you who don't know, I have launched a new range of merch, and it is extremely delicious hot sauce, habanero hot sauce, and an apron. The hot sauce is 50 rand, the apron is 270, and the bundle is 300, I think. I think those are the correct prices. Anyway, you can shop via the link in my description to get your merch. Pre-orders close on the 6th of June, which is this Sunday. So make sure you get your orders in before then. Alright, so last week I started vlogging on Tuesday and I was going to post that vlog today. But then I decided that I was just going to leave my camera at home and be present with my family, because we went to KZN for my grandfather's 1-year prayer. And then last night when we came back, I was like, I think I'm going to do a Q&A. So let's get into the Q&A. All right, let's see. What's your go-to biscuit with tea or coffee? So first of all, I'm trying not to drink that much coffee. I limit myself to like 1 cup a day, but most of the time I can go like a week and only have 2 cups of coffee. I've been having black rooibos with no sugar because I am counting calories, as you guys know. And my go-to biscuit is not a biscuit, but Cape Cookies makes a honey and almond rusk that I really like. The top has like a layer of honey and like thin slivered almonds on it. It's so delicious. Very good. What was the hardest adjustment to living alone? Definitely having so many bills to pay. When we lived with our parents, we contributed towards the household, but not running our own household. So budgeting and making sure that all our bills are paid was the biggest adjustment. And sometimes you have to say no to going out with family or friends, because unfortunately you have to pay your bills. You can't just go spend all willy-nilly. So for me, that was the biggest adjustment. How do you and Trevino solve fights or arguments? We talk it out a lot. Sometimes we get angry with each other and just ignore each other, which is not healthy. But I'm just being honest. Ollie, I think he's sleeping on our bed. But we do talk a lot and try and come to like a happy medium. Also, when it comes to things like when we argue about things like chores in the house and how they need to be divided, we have a list stuck to our bedroom door of who needs to do what on what days, and we hold each other accountable so that everything is not on one person, or certain tasks are not only on one person, it's split between both of us. So we talk a lot to solve our issues. Favorite books. The most recent book that I read that was my absolute favorite is called A Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger. He is the CEO of the Walt Disney Company, and that book just made me so proud to have worked at a company like that. And it's just inspiring to hear somebody like that speak about their story and their life and how they grew up. And then obviously also Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Those 2 books are my 2 favorite books that I have read this year, or like in the past 12 months. What's the most you have earned of YouTube AdSense? I think it was about 2,000 Rand that came in January from Vlogmas. So in December, I posted 24 videos and the AdSense was quite delicious and I got paid 2,000 Rand. I know some people get paid monthly. I do not get paid monthly. Basically, you have to hit a threshold of 1,000 Rand before they can pay you out. And they pay you out monthly. So if you don't meet that threshold for the month, you don't get paid that month. So yeah, the most I've earned from YouTube is 2,000 Rand. What's your favorite person to be around apart from your husband? It depends on my mood. It really depends on my mood. Sometimes I want to be with my girlfriends. Sometimes I want to be with one specific couple. Sometimes I want to be with my younger cousins. So it all depends on my mood and what the vibe is and what I'm feeling and what I want to achieve from this meeting. Like if I want to just cuddle a small baby, then I want to specifically see one couple because they have a baby. And if I want to have a good time, have a party, I invite cousins over. So it just depends on what I want to achieve from that meeting. What are your most embarrassing or funniest school memories? I love hearing other people's stories. I would say my most embarrassing school memory is in grade 9. I was waiting outside school for the transport to come pick us up, and I was with a group of my friends, and I was dancing for Get Me Bodied by Beyonce. And there's this move she does where she goes back and she keeps going back, and I used to be able to do it, like I've done it so many times before that, and I don't know what happened, but that one time that I did it, my knee dislocated. I don't know if I said excuse the way I look, I'm going to the gym, I don't know, but anyway, like this part of my knee was on the side here, this exact knee. So that was embarrassing because I fell outside school and everyone was there, and then my friend phoned my uncle who's a paramedic, and he came to pick me up in the ambulance, and it was embarrassing. And then for like 2 or 3 weeks after that, I had a huge brace on my leg and I was walking around with crutches, and we had to leave. My friends helped me so much, like I had to leave class before the bell rang so I didn't like get swamped down the stairs or like hold up people. So I had to leave early to crutch myself to the next class, crutch myself out to break, and it was a lot. And that was grade 9. I don't know if I said that. How did you find the Benefit Day Real Magnet Mascara? It made my lashes very, very long. However, I don't like using it on my lower lash line because I felt like there was a lot of fallout, and it made like under my lower lashes very dark, which my other mascaras don't do. But recently I have been using the Maybelline one. I think it's like a purple and silver container. You guys can check it out on my last IGTV on Instagram. That mascara is like, love it so much. What made you decide to adopt Ollie? I've always wanted a dog. When I grew up with my grandparents, we always had dogs, but it was never like my own thing. And then when we moved to a complex that allowed pets, I used to go on like various SPCA Facebook pages every night and just look for dogs. And then I just saw this little brown dog with tiny legs and one ear back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to see this dog, I want to see him. And then we phoned him the next day and he was still available, so we went to see him. And I'm like, actually we didn't go see him. Trevino gave them the wrong kennel number, so we saw the dogs in the kennel next to him. But I just walked there and I saw him and I was like, oh my gosh, look at him, he's so cute. So it's weird actually, because his siblings that were at the SPCA with him also all look very similar. But there was just something about Ollie that I was like, I need this baby in my life, he's so cute. I'm starting an event company. Any business tips? I always say, outsource for your weaknesses. My weakness is figures. I am not the best when it comes to accounting and like numbers and anything like that. So I have an accountant who does all of that for me, and every month she just takes me through everything to make sure that I understand what she's doing. So I would definitely say, for stuff that you feel like you're not that good at, hire someone to do it. I'm very good at social media, so I don't need to hire someone to do that. But it also helps you not have too much on your plate, so you can free up time to actually run your business. Advertising is huge. People don't really understand the power of advertising, whether you're using influencers, whether you're doing paid posts on Instagram or Facebook, whether you are traditional marketing like flyers and newspaper ads and things like that. People don't understand the power of advertising. I was actually telling Trevino, because we were watching the Friends reunion, I don't remember like many episodes of Friends, but what I do remember is that on Friday afternoons, my mother and my auntie used to watch Friends, and the main advert during the ad break was Southern Comfort and Lime. And from the first time they saw that ad, every weekend, every Friday after that, while they were watching Friends, they would be drinking Southern Comfort and Lime. So that's my earliest memory of advertising really working. So I would say advertise your business correctly. What was it like having lived with your in-laws before getting married? Give us the spice. Did they allow you and Trevino to sleep together or not? And was it not awkward? So Trevino and I started staying over at each other's houses after matric, and it was very weird in the beginning, because like when I had to go to his house, I had to sleep in the same bed as his mother. When he came to my house, he'd sleep in the lounge, or I'd sleep in the lounge and he'd sleep in the bedroom. And then when we did start sleeping in the same bed at my parents' house, the door had to be open. And then when we were planning on going away on a holiday, after I turned 21, they didn't want us to go because they thought that we were going to come back pregnant. And I think it's very frustrating that this Indian mentality is that as soon as you have sex, you're going to fall pregnant, or you can only have sex on your bed, in the bedroom at night with the door closed. To me, that's very backwards thinking. I feel like parents raise their children well enough. Well, we were raised to know what was right and what was wrong. We didn't do anything that would have gone against what we believe in, or we wouldn't have made a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was very weird in the beginning, but living with them wasn't awkward. It was chilled. I am by nature a very reserved person. I know it may not seem that way on like your screen, but I am very reserved, and I was always in my room. It's just how I am. I like to be alone. I like to have my own space. It wasn't awkward. We did sleep in the same bed. Like I said, I don't know, this thing of like not letting couples stay together when they're dating is weird. Obviously, at a certain age, once you're old enough, or whatever your family believes in, how your family does things, but I just think it's very weird that some Indian people don't like their children staying together. It's just very weird for me. And I would recommend living with someone before you marry them. I started using Prosana. I'm dealing with COVID hair loss from January. I'm so happy with 1 month of use. Sorry about that. Yeah, Prosana is amazing. My hair, I haven't straightened it in a while, but I have braided it. I had 2 plaits last week, and just like looking at, they came here, and knowing the last time that I braided my hair, they came somewhere here. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Prosana really does work. I don't like it when people ask me, does this really work? Like if I'm posting about it, obviously I've tried it out and I like it and it works. I'm not gonna lie to you just to like get the money or whatever. Prosana really does work. I've been taking the tablets every day, and I use the serum for hair fall, and then I wash my hair with a shampoo and conditioner. Prosana really does work. I have a discount code. It's Selina20 that can be used on the Pepina website for free delivery until the 31st of July, and also 20% off. Not a question, but I love your content. Thoroughly enjoy your videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate when you guys tell me that you enjoy my content. And I actually asked someone the other day, because they said they just started following me. So I was like, where did you find my content? Was it TikTok? Because I know like I have more followers on TikTok than I do on Instagram and YouTube, which is weird, because if you guys remember a few months ago, I was like, TikTok is my least favorite platform. So I always want to know, like, how did you find me? Where did you come from? And I'm surprised that people are saying they're finding me on YouTube, because I feel like my YouTube community doesn't grow. So it's just interesting to see where you guys come from. Thank you for saying that you enjoy my content. Another question says, when did you know it was the right time to get engaged, or when did you know it was the right time? Did I just say the same thing twice? Anyway, when did I know it was the right time? I think very early on in our relationship, I knew that I wanted to be with Trevino forever. There was something that I told him about like my childhood and my past and growing up and stuff. And usually in the past, when I've said that to guys, they took advantage of that situation. But with Trevino, he didn't. It was like, okay, you have daddy issues. I'm not gonna try and manipulate you to use this for my benefit. So it was like from then, I think that was in grade 10 or grade 11, I knew that it was he was someone that I wanted to spend my life with. And then how did I know it was the right time? I guess, so I had different goals that I want to achieve before we got married. It was buying a house and graduating, and I only graduated this year, so, but buying a house, we bought our house in 2018 and we got engaged in 2019. So for me, there were certain things that I wanted to have, like financial stability. I wanted us both to have our own cars, good jobs, blah, blah, blah. So once all of that was done, and I was like, okay, cool, we're old enough now. So, you know, it's time. What is your favorite picture? I don't have one specific favorite picture, but the one photo that I always look at when I'm feeling down or feeling sad is a photo of my family at our wedding. So it's my mom's side of the family with my grandparents and Trevino and I. Those are the people that I have known my entire life. They've known me my whole life. They've been with me through many things, and they've seen me grow up from a crybaby to still crying right now. I cry a lot. And it just makes me feel happy to know that they were there and they were able to share that special memory with me. And also that was the last time that we all had a gathering with my grandfather. So that is one of my favorite photos of life. If you could save one of your exes from a fire, which one would it be? So Trevino and I started dating quite young, and I have had boyfriends, I've had mixed boyfriends, and then I've had people that I've just like, not entangled, like encountered. So not necessarily like I'm his girlfriend. So there've been like a few people before Trevino. Let's see. There's one person, we never dated. We just liked each other, but it would have never worked out because like there's just things that would have never worked out. But I would say I would save that person only because he has a child. And that's where I'm leaving that. And Trevino is right there. He's probably listening to everything. I'm a new follower. Love your cooking videos and you seem really sweet and down to earth. Thank you so much. I am down to earth. I'm down to earth. Sweet, I think I would say I am sweet, but I am also like very protective of my space and my people, and sometimes I can be very not sweet and very salty. But thank you so much, new follower, and hi. Also, I posted a question sticker today on Instagram asking you guys that what kind of new Instagram page should I start, because I really like, I have so much going on already. But I still want another Instagram page. So I'm thinking of starting one for the house, but it's not only going to be focused on decor. It's going to be budgeting tips, food, everything that comes with running a household, because in school no one taught us anything. Like, we have to learn these things. So I think that's the type of page I want to start, and I think that by the time you guys are watching this page will be up. So if it is, I will put it here and I will link it in the description box below. Not a new follower, but I'd like to know if you know how to play Tani and if you're any good. Trevino taught me how to play Tani in 2013, 2014. And I was good at it, but I don't remember how to play. I only played like 2 or 3 times and I'm not good at it. Like, oh well, I don't know how to play now. When I played then, I was good at it, but right now I can't remember how to play. I don't know which cards, I don't know what's the value of the cards. Like, I forgot completely how to play Tani. How do you cope with anxiety and depression? Tips and advice on how to de-stress. You need to decide, you need to like figure out what is causing your anxiety and depression. Like for me, I felt like being on birth control, and I've been on birth control since I was 21, but I feel like this year, the birth control messing up my hormones, like it adds hormones into your body, in addition to everything that happened last year with COVID, in addition to all the deaths that have happened in my family. I feel like I was just very, very depressed, and I didn't want to leave the couch. I didn't want to get out of pajamas. I wasn't in the mood for anything at all. Like, I just sit on the couch and watch the TV and stare blankly and scroll on my phone. So once I figured out that the first step that I have to take is get this hormone out of my body, I started feeling a lot better. Then I needed to move my body. I had to move. I couldn't sit in the house or walk around the complex once or twice. That didn't work for me. So we went back to the gym. Then focusing on getting healthy has actually helped me feel better about myself. I've seen a difference in my body. I've also been counting calories to watch the amount of food that I eat. Because when I was having a depressed episode, sitting on this couch watching TV, I would eat anything and everything and then feel terrible about it. So counting calories for me is more about not binge eating and not overeating. And then with my anxiety, I actually had like 2 anxiety panic attacks last week about going to KZN. I did not want to go. I was scared of Ollie being in the car. What's the other dog gonna do? There's just a lot going on. So what helps me with that is making a list of what my issues are and tackling them one by one. And that's something that Trevino has actually helped me with, because when I'm going through these phases and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, everything. And then I tell him everything and he says, you can't deal with everything at the same time. Even though everything in your mind is happening at the same time, you can't deal with them at the same time. So he's like, okay, you're scared of Ollie throwing up in the car. I will go to the vet, I will get him calm ease, we will pack his bag, we will pack everything and make sure that he's comfortable in the back seat. Okay, cool. What's your next problem? This is it. This is the solution. Are you happy? So it's definitely talking it out, figuring out what's causing you problems. But also I would say if it's to a point where you can't manage it yourself with the resources that are available to you for free, I highly recommend going to a doctor and getting it done. Because the stigma that mental health isn't important or it's not a real thing or it's an excuse for somebody or whatever is absolute bullshit. Like, if you have something wrong with your body, you go to the doctor. Your mind, your brain literally controls everything going on in your body and your life. So why don't you pay attention to what's going on there? Like, to me, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Also, if there are people in your life that are causing you to be unhappy and like giving you stress and anxiety, you need to put boundaries in place for your mental health. And it's hard sometimes to want to put yourself first, but no one else is going to put you first. No one else is going to worry about your mental health the way you are. No one's going to worry about your health the way you are. So don't feel guilty for putting yourself first and for doing what makes you happy and what makes you feel good about yourself. Quick one, what video editing software do you use? Tutorial suggestions. You can go on YouTube and just type in whatever software and tutorial and you can teach yourself. But I use iMovie. It's a free app that comes on any MacBook that you buy. I used to use Premiere Pro when I worked at Disney because I used to edit on my work computer. And I literally taught myself how to use Premiere Pro. I would like to get Premiere Pro again or Final Cut, but it is a bit pricey. So once the business starts like making a good profit, then I will look at upgrading my software. But for now, I just use iMovie. What's your favorite thing about being a content creator? This right now. Speaking to you guys, answering your questions. When I used to go out into places and seeing people, like the most I've ever seen people was at Ultra or at Pavilion in Durban. So just seeing people, meeting you guys, hearing your feedback about my content, it's literally you. That's my favorite part about being a content creator, is you. When you DM me and tell me that you've lost weight or you changed your lifestyle or you started going back to church or whatever it is, it's literally you. You are my favorite part about being a content creator. What advice would you give to your younger content creator self? Don't do what you think is popping. Do what makes you happy and do you, be yourself. Like I said before, I started my content creator journey posting about makeup because that's what was booming at that time. But I'm not a makeup artist. I know how to do my own face. I know what I like and what looks nice on me, and I know what products I like. But doing makeup content is not something that I really enjoy. I enjoy doing it, but it's not something that you guys, no one followed Selina for makeup tutorials. No one followed me for that. You've either followed me for my relationship, you followed me for lifestyle content, you followed me for funny content, and that's who I am in real life. So if you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out, I'm going to keep doing what I like to do. Just because makeup is trending at the moment doesn't mean that I need to jump on that if that's not authentic to my brand. Even though like I do post about makeup and beauty and things like that, my core content focus is lifestyle content. And so many people have told me, you need to find a niche, you need to stick to one thing. You're either doing funny videos or you're doing Jesus stuff. No, I'm not like, I'm like a multi-dimensional person. Jesus is part of my life. Trevino is part of my life. My dog is part of my life. Me being funny is a part of my life. Me putting makeup on is a part of my life. Me freaking cleaning my house is a part of my life. All these things are part of who I am. And is my camera stopping? Hold on. What is your skincare routine? I need to get into a better routine. I really do. But for now, Cetaphil. I've been using Cetaphil from the time I was like 21. Cetaphil face wash is my favorite thing ever. Dewdrop skincare turmeric oil, I use that every night on my skin. And then I also exfoliate. I need to find a nice exfoliator. I had one from Pixie, but it's finished now. So I just use some brown sugar with my Cetaphil and like do a gentle exfoliation. And then I've also been using face masks. I can't remember what it's called, but also if you go on the Dewdrop skincare website, there is a CBD mask that I used last night and I really like the way it looks. And then I also bought these like vegetable ones from Tuscare. Let me show you, hold on. So I've stored these in the fridge. This is a broccoli one, it's a glow one, and a blueberry vitalizing sheet mask. So I enjoy sheet masks. I do, however, also want to get like a retinol and a good vitamin C. I really want to buy Desi's Claro Que Si vitamin C thing. Like the before and after photos are amazing, so I want to try and get that, but it's obviously going to be very expensive to bring it to South Africa, but I really want to get my hands on that. And then I also use a rose quartz roller to like for lymphatic drainage. So you roll this way, you roll up, everything rolls up on my neck. Also I do that with the dew drop skincare, turmeric oil, and then I also do dermaplaning, I don't know how it's pronounced, but I buy these razors from the skin, and I just take the hair and the dead skin off my face. It also helps me with my peach fuzz and my eyebrows, since I haven't been threading since the panini started. Sorry if my energy is a little bit low and I'm speaking a bit softer. I'm very tired from this weekend. I'm very tired, and the weather is not helping me. It's like gloomy and cold outside, but I'm still here and I still love you guys. I recently came across your channel. Absolutely love watching your videos. Thank you so much. What has been your greatest fear thus far? Sending you love from Mauritius. I would say my greatest fear used to be losing someone I love, but then that happened with my grandfather, and like I just went, and then like it comes in waves. But I would say my greatest fear, and shout out to Sikol if you're watching this, for commenting on one of my videos, because somebody asked me this question and I said my greatest fear is not having money and like having to sell everything in my house because I don't have money. And she told me that she just like sent me scriptures. She commented with scriptures that God has given us the ability to generate wealth, and he won't leave us, he won't forsake us even to the very end. So that has been my fear for most of my life, and I think that's why I've been such a hustler for like my entire life, entrepreneur, because I just want to have enough money to be able to live comfortably. But I know God has got me. I'm a tither, I'm a faithful tither. He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He is rich, therefore I am rich. So Jesus, Jehovah Jireh, you are enough. He's my provider. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm cold and I have a headache, and my washing doesn't look like it's gonna dry even though I put it in the tumble dryer. But other than that, I'm good. Are you and Tasania still friends who keep in contact? Do you follow each other? Tasania and I are friends. We met each other a few weeks ago. We follow each other on Instagram. Everyone goes. Everyone grows, everyone changes, things happen, but the fact that we are good is a good sign. So Tasania and I are friends. You can stop asking me that now. What was the most important thing in your marriage to keep working on for you? What is the most important thing in your marriage to keep working on for you? I don't understand this question. Like, the important things in marriage is loyalty, honesty, and freaking love and stuff. The most important thing that we need to keep working on is making sure that we're spending time with each other. Because like I've said so many times, Trevino loves people. Trevino thrives. He's a people's person. I'm not a people's person. I'm more like a task-oriented person. He's a people-oriented person. So he loves being with people. I don't particularly enjoy being with people that often. So the thing that we constantly have to work on is finding the balance between his family, my family, other people, and us. So that is the one thing that we always work on. Like, it's a lot. And then the last question is, before a huge life decision, how do you prep financially, mentally, emotionally? Example, car, house, moving, and holiday. So when it's stuff, obviously you have to budget. So Trevino and I have a budget. Ooh, this is good content for the homepage. Trevino and I have a budget on Google Sheets that we keep track of everything. Literally, we have our income and every single bill, whether it's Ollie's pet insurance or the Wi-Fi or bigger things like the bond and rates and levies. We have a budget for everything. Then we see, once everything is paid for, how much money do we have left? If we want to buy a new car, are we going to have enough money to buy the new car, to pay for the new car, pay for the new insurance, pay for petrol, and still have money left over when it comes to things like holidays? Of this money that's left over, how much are we going to save and for how long, knowing that we want to go on holiday in December, for example? So our first step is always budgeting. We make sure that we have enough money. Like when we bought this house, we had to check, okay, for the first few months, we're going to be paying 2 bonds because we didn't have a tenant in the other place. So how are we going to afford to do this? And also, one thing that I would say we do, on one hand, it's really good, and on the other hand, it's not that enjoyable. Whenever we get a large amount of money, like whether it's from influencer jobs or merch sales or whatever it is, we take quite a bit of that money and we put it into a bill. So for example, credit card, we will take, like, for example, 30,000, put it into a credit card, which means that every month our installment is going to drop, which means we have extra money. Sometimes that's nice, but it also becomes a bit problematic when people don't like spending money on themselves. Like there's something that I've wanted since last year, and every time I get close to buying it, I'm like, no, we need to pay off a bill. So I think you have to find that balance, and that's something that I'm also working on, is finding that balance with that. But I would say definitely the first thing that we do when we're making a big decision is making sure that we have enough money for that. But when it comes to things like, if we want to, let's say we want to move to Cape Town, Trevino and I will pray about it first. Like when it comes to things like that, we pray about it first. But when it comes to like financial decisions, when it comes to financial decisions, we make sure that we have enough money to make this decision that we want to make. That is the end of this Q&A. I really enjoyed it. I feel like most of these questions were new. Like there were no repeat questions. I also answered every single one of them. Interesting. So thank you guys for submitting your questions on Instagram. Please make sure you follow me on Instagram, on the homepage, and on Shop Sela Bella. Make sure you get your merch. It's closing on Sunday. Pre-orders close on Sunday. I'm very excited. This merch launch is to support 2 family members' businesses, and I'm very excited that I can have this opportunity to do this for them. So if you guys can, please make sure you order your hoodie. Please make sure you order your aprons and your sauce, or get a combo, and I will send them out in the month of June. I cannot wait for you guys to see them. I don't think I'm going to be bringing this merch back, so you can only get it like now during pre-orders. It's very cold. I think Ollie is sleeping on the bed. Yeah, he's sleeping on the bed. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I would like to hit 5,000 subscribers sometime this year. And check me out on TikTok, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, Sela Bellas.